Listen. You guys have seen the Let Me Explain videos. You guys have seen the Let You Explain videos when I ask like a Twitter question and stuff. But I'm thinking of starting this little Let Us Explain series. So pretty much I'm going to have someone who I really like, someone whose work I admire, have them on the show, and we're going to be breaking down stuff on what is technically a Movie Monday. This is a TV show, and it's a specific TV show tailored to my boy right here. God Friended Me. Now, I actually learned about this show because Kevin talked about it on his channel. Kevin, if you want to introduce yourself and introduce the show as well.
Oh, yeah, because I know so much about it. But my name's Kevin. You already introduced me, so
yep.
I just review Christian movies and sometimes other kinds of movies, and that's it. It's just big old long reviews.
They're good though. They're good.
Yeah.
This is a CBS series called God Friended Me about this dude who's an atheist, of course. Of course. And he checks his phone and God sent him a friend request. So
on
if you're watching
Facebook,
this
kids.
on Facebook.
That's right, kids.
Facebook still exists for those of you who have like killed Facebook off and are on Twitter. Facebook is a thing. I feel like we should explain Facebook for the generation who's only on Instagram.
Yeah,
because I had a conversation with someone and they're like, "Nah, bro, we don't use Facebook. Facebook's dead." I'm like,
that's where grandma is.
Yeah, that's where everyone just argues about politics. We're over here on Twitter where, well, I guess they still argue about politics.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is going to be the whole live stream on it. So shout out for those of you guys who are watching it on the live stream for free. For the rest of you who are on Patreon, big shout out to you guys. Like I said, this is a Patreon exclusive that I'm trying to do over there monthly. So your recommendations on any shows or who you want to have on, definitely let me know. And all of them are going to be cut up. So this is 40 minutes. Obviously, Let Me Explain is all about trimming it down. So we're going to have the highlights of this up later on. But if you will, Kevin, count it down. 3, 2, 1.
So you're listening to him say, "I thought I had it all figured out and it changed my life."
Yeah, this whole melting pot, as he's saying right here.
There is no God and that's okay.
Have you noticed that? I know you've covered stuff like when you did that other Kevin Sorbo movie, really every Kevin Sorbo movie.
Yeah, Let There Be Light.
Let There Be Light.
In your face atheist.
Yeah, he has to come out and just like remind you that he's an atheist and that it's the true religion and all this other stuff. Like, subtlety. I feel like when you go to like Christian School 101, it's like, yeah, subtlety. You can leave that at the door. Feel free to come in.
Yeah. It's interesting how, I always think it's interesting how Christians are so afraid of the subtle Satanist stuff put into movies, but yet they can't be subtle with their Christianity in their own movies.
Yeah, but that would be ridiculous. Oh, they got 2 chains. All right, so there we go. God friended him.
Wow, they get right into it.
Let's send him again. You know, I actually had that one time. I had a buddy. His name was Jesus, right?
Right.
So back in the day, you used to get like an email.
Yeah.
And that email would say something like, so-and-so, like, friended you on Facebook. So I get this email. I thought it was funny. I'm just scrolling through it, right? And it says, Jesus has sent you a friend request. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Years later, there's a show on this.
They stole that idea from you. You should sue them.
Oh, it's already in the works. I can't. I wish I could speak more about it, but we're going to court. This is like 10 episodes long. If he's just doing a Good Samaritan thing, then...
I mean, that's what Early Edition was like. He would get do you remember that show?
No, explain it to me. Maybe I remember it.
He would get tomorrow's newspaper today. And it would, you know how in Back to the Future where like the picture changes whenever like he's like, oh no, I've changed the past. So that's how it works. So he'd look at the newspaper to see if like the fire is still gonna happen, and he's like, oh crap, the fire's still gonna happen. I didn't stop it. So he has to. It's like constantly Back to the Future too.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I know that show, but it's called That's So Raven, and she goes into bigger shenanigans.
What? The cloud? God uploaded his picture to the cloud. Get it?
I like how yeah, I like how God doesn't get the message. Oh, that was so dumb. I just got that the picture of God's profile was that exact cloud.
Yeah. How could he know? Look, it's a burning bush. Who is John Dove? I never, when I get a friend request, say out loud,
there he is.
Oh my God friended me.
Suggested by God. I swear to you. You know what I'm just thinking of? I don't know if you had mentioned this. Do you remember that Nickelback video?
Of course. Which one?
The Nickelback video where the guy would see everybody's time counting down, and he would have to stop them before the time stopped.
This is that.
This is that, but as a CBS series.
Oh, great. He's going to get hit by the train, and then they're going to replace his brain with John Goodman's brain.
John, do Broad Street instead. There's busy people going to Jamaica Center. Come on. Oh. I like how he said somebody stop that guy while he's the one looking at him.
Fine, I'll do it. I'll stop him.
I think you just saved my life.
See, now it should be his turn. Now he should be getting the friend request.
Pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Nickelback Save Me starts playing right here as God Friended Me comes out.
Only a hero could save me. The look of all of these shows, like Supergirl looks like this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's the color palette.
I think it's that they have 20,000 lights just blaring through everything.
Yeah.
Shadows do not exist.
And it's always some mean boss who calls you to the office.
Yeah.
To say, look, we need to redo the magazine. Ugly Betty, same show as Supergirl. Oh, that's the girl that we just saw, right?
Aren't they working in the same office?
No, they're just exactly the same
The
color.
same, okay.
Wow, you are a committed actor. What, did you study with Stella Adler or something?
What? You just approached her.
Right?
And I work in identities. We're glad you didn't grow up with social media.
Kids.
That was
Old
a good
people.
bit.
They don't know.
That was a good bit. I mean, we have social media. They had, like, what? The Cold War.
Yeah.
Different times.
Yeah, just be glad you were drafted.
Presentation to serious.
Yeah, you're going through social media. It's cyberbullying.
Life is
we
so
got
tough.
drafted.
We were forced by our government to put ourselves in front of bullets.
You'll never know what it's
You'll
like.
never understand cyber friend requests from someone pretending to be God. What? He shows up. This is another thing about these bubbly TV shows. They just
in real life.
In real life, he would get the police called on him for like stalking this girl.
Yeah, he knows he could just ignore it, right?
Well, he clicked ignore, but then it's still
cool. Have you never gotten notifications that just keep popping up?
Yeah.
Like, I have a Mac. It tells me to update it every hour. I'm not going to throw my Mac away. I'm just going to ignore it.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm religious, but yeah, I am spiritual. Oh boy, here we go.
Spiritual.
Here we go.
You mean the biggest cop-out in all of religion?
Ooh.
Well,
That is a very Hollywood answer. Every actor I've ever talked to who is
Did
like...
they say that? Yeah, because you've interviewed way more actors about this stuff than...
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm a very spiritual person. That's
They don't want to...
That's the one thing to say to make Christians realize, oh, no, you're not one of us. It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, now they're going to go to hell. God's going to unfriend them.
Yeah. Wait, God blocked me. Oh, no! Blocked me from heaven. Oh, this is God's... It's my father's house.
Stop. We're going to get copywritten.
Oh, wind. You always know God or some spiritual thing is around whenever there's wind.
When Mother Nature.
Yeah.
See, that's the funniest thing about that, too. And, like, I'm sure you come across a bunch of stuff dealing with that as well. When spiritual people ask for a sign.
Right.
And it sometimes is the most redundant sign in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you an example.
Oh, yeah, let me know.
So it's like my brother wanted to do something. This is the funniest thing. He was like, he wanted to do something, but he said he was only going to do it if God gave him a sign. And the sign that he needed as he was watching the Cubs game was that the Cubs had to hit a home run. If the Cubs hit a home run when they're down, statistically it's not possible, then he would do it. I was like, let me get this straight. So you want it to be a win-win scenario where the sign's also got to be something that benefits you?
That you need. I'll do it if God gives me $1 million.
I'll do it, God, but like, you got to meet me halfway, bro.
Yeah.
I love how she's just game with it.
Yeah, she's just going with him.
It has not been 24 hours since she's met this dude. They're still wearing the same clothes. He's still got that bomber on.
He's like, why are you leaving? Well, because I literally don't know you at all. And you're saying that God, this is all weird. So this is his dad. I love how in movies it's always the oldest church to ever exist. I'm also amazed at how often pastors hang out in the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. And they can't just do it at home.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to the church because they'll definitely be there. Like,
well, I mean, like when the location scout got the sanctuary, We gonna use the sanctuary.
Taking away people's hope.
That's what they said at God's Not Dead too.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking away people's hope. Well, what if it's false hope?
And that was the whole debate, especially in the third one, God's
Yeah.
Not Dead 3, which I'm the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
That whole debate that happens between the two brothers. I thought it was better. I thought it was the best of the three.
Yeah, I gave it a pretty positive review.
Like, I think it's top 5 of the year easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it goes to the Criterion Collection.
No.
The Library of Congress.
It's in the top 3 God's Not Dead movies.
He's stupid.
What? Wait.
Uh-oh. So the lady who they found the picture of, who was in the hospital.
That's why she left.
That's why
she was
she
like,
left.
I gotta go. This is getting too weird. This is the point in which this has gotten weird. Yeah, this is the whole teaser trailer thing. Everything that's happening here, this is like the storyline that they summed up.
So you're telling me is that we wasted 40 minutes when we could have just seen this in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And just hopped down to episode 2. Okay, but how did he find?
She's up on a rooftop. That's where he asked the location scout.
hey, where's she at? Well, we got this really good rooftop over in the scene.
So she doesn't know that this girl comes and looks at and stares at her every day.
He's got like a huge sign and he's telling her what to say.
Go for it. Yeah, all these cue cards.
You got this.
You're my mom. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh, it's coming. It's dawning. Don't you hate that when you go to like the park? And your kid, who you haven't seen in like 20 years is sitting right next to you. Like, what a buzzkill.
That moment when...
Oh.
Oops. That awkward moment when you go to approach your mom who hasn't talked to you in years, and then your little sister.
Who you never knew. The one she did stay with appears? Yeah.
Ah, man, that's always so awkward.
Oh, no. You gotta stop it before she gets no! How did I see that coming? You know, I was disappointed. I've been to New York twice in the past year. Never saw anyone get run over like this.
Oh, man.
It's ridiculous. Every movie I see, there's always someone who gets run over in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm a doctor. I specialize in people who just got hit by a car.
After I saw God's Not Dead 1, I realized that my profession...
I better learn how to do this. It might
Wait, what's he doing? Doesn't he know when you see a person who's got run over by a car, the first thing you're supposed to ask him is, have you accepted Jesus Christ into your heart? Has he not seen any
if you were to die today? I heard that they added the rain so that David A.R. White would look more realistic.
What? Oh yeah, they added the rain, and yet there's the cafe in the background, and they're dry as can be.
How are you feeling?
I feel like I just got ran over by a car.
We were in 8th grade.
Oh yeah, I would have left too.
8th graders are the worst.
Have you not seen Bo Burnham's movie? I would have left in a minute.
See, there's this contradiction in Christian media where, like, if it does well, God has blessed it, but if it does poorly, it's persecution because people don't want.
Hit it. Talk about it.
So
exactly.
It's kind of a win-win, but also like, if your movie does well, then where's the persecution complex?
Yeah, it's a packed church.
Yeah,
I like every seat is filled except his.
It's all reserved seating. They have numbers.
You gotta sign up for AMC or Movie Pass. Reserve your seat ahead of time.
This is the only thing you can go to with Movie Pass now.
It's church service. Movie Pass, $9.99 a month, but unlimited services on Sunday.
Any church.
Well,
is that good? You guys okay with that?
Well, except, when we got peak pricing, because, some messages are, like, really good.
If it's a real fire and brimstone message, then...
Joel Osteen says that's an extra $5 for a ticket. Just gotta let you know there.
What?
You listen to my podcast?
That's the greatest line in TV history.
You watch my YouTube channel? Goop.
So they're together now?
I mean, they're practically married. In God's eyes.
Yeah. So when can I see you again? When God contacts you directly?
When God sends you a message. Oh.
I don't want to be your friend until you get a sign from God.
Did you see that? That's another chick. Moving on to the next one.
Oh, wow.
That was...
God didn't take love into account
on that one. God's treating him like Solomon. Man's moving on from one woman to the next. Well, that was God Friended Me. For those of you guys who are watching this in the future on Patreon, and for those of you guys who are watching live, shout out to you guys who are watching live. These are something that we want to do on a monthly basis. I figured the God's unfriend or God. I keep saying God Unfriended Me because I just think of the movie. But it's
Unfriended.
God friended me. That'd be bogus if God. That should be the actual atheist version. God unfriended me.
Where he's conflating Christianity with the people with God. Like because they're not the same.
It could be a spin-off.
Yeah.
Fear the God Unfriended Me or something like that on AMC. I don't know what it is, but
fear the friend
like
request.
Fear the friend request.